Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. So guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful fringe Bubu dress for my clients. As you can see, I'm packaging it and ready to ship to the abroad. So guys, I'll be using this fabric for this tutorial. You'll be needing a fringe. I use the 24 inches length. There are different lengths of fringe, but I use the one of 24 inches, and I'll be using this fabric for this tutorial as well. So guys, it's very easy to make a Bubu dress. First, we are going to fold our fabric into two and fold it again, that is into four, and you are going to fold with the largest part of your body measurement with at least 3 inches allowance. Okay, so that's what I have done for mine. Here I have my fabric folded into four, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so you see I have the first layer, second and third, and then the fourth one. This is what you want to have for yours as well, because we are going to cut both the front and the back panels together. So first thing I did was to mark out the shoulder line, just like this, a straight line up here. And after that, I'm going to mark a neck width of 3 inches on that part. Okay, and I'm going to mark a neck depth of 1 inch. Okay, so I'll just connect the points together like so. So now we have our neck width. So I'm going to mark out a shoulder slope of 2 inches. You know, this is a Boubou dress. Usually I would use a shoulder slope of 1 inch, but you know how the shoulder and the sleeve of Boubou dresses are cut together. So because the sleeve and the dress will be cut together, I had to go down by 2 inches so that it will sit properly. Okay, so from the shoulder I marked out about 11 inches for the bust line. This person I'm making this dress for is on a plus size. Okay, so I marked out 11 inches from the shoulder line. All right, so that's going to serve as my bust line. So from the shoulder as well, I marked the waistline. So you're going to mark your exact measurement. Okay, and on that waist point line, I'm going to mark my waist measurement divided by 4. I mean my client's waist measurement divided by 4. I marked it there, and I added 3 inches to that, okay, as ease allowance. And I'll just add half an inch to hem this, I mean to stitch this. Okay, and on the bust line, I'm going to mark the bust measurement divided by 4 as well. All right, on that bust point, and I'll add 3 inches seam allowance, just like I added for the waist part. And I will just curve from the line here. I'll just mark it down just the way you see me do it here. Okay, and then I'll just cover out the armhole. I told you we are going to cut both the sleeve and the dress together. All right, okay, so on the shoulder line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and from that point I'm going to mark the sleeve length I want for this dress. So the sleeve length I want is 10 inches. I marked that 10 inches, and I added 1 inch to hem the sleeve. Okay, so that's what I'm just doing now. I added 1 inch, and I'm going to connect it down to the sleeve, the bust line. Okay, so from the shoulder line, I'll just mark from the shoulder to the new point where the Boubou dress is going to end and where the fringe will start from. Okay, so for this one, I used 32 inches from the shoulder line to the point where the Boubou dress, the fringe will start from. So after I marked that, I just connected it down to the points where it will start from, the fringe will start from, and I cut it out. I hope you understand what I mean. So from the shoulder to where the sleeve is, I mean to the full length of this, is where the fringe will start from. You understand better as we go along with the tutorial. So after that is done, I'll just remove one side of this um dress, and I'm going to modify one of it to get the front panel of our dress. So now we are going to get the v-neck. From the neck there, I'm going to mark 7 inches downwards, okay, for the v-neck. Mark 7 inches, and I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to connect from the neck depth and down to that 7 inches I marked for the sleeve, the depth of the neck. Okay, so just in case you don't want yours to be too low, I just went up by 1 inch. That is, I have 6 inches then, just to show you that how it will look if you don't want yours to be too low. Okay, so I'll just curve from the neck width down to the 6 inches like this. Okay, so you can see the 7 inches and you can see the 6 inches. So I just cut out from the 6 inches, and I'm going to open it up to show you what it looks like. So for instance, if you want yours to be 6 inches, this is how deep the neckline of your dress will look. Okay, all right, but I'm just going to cut out the remaining 1 inch because I want mine to be 7 inches. All right, and I'll just cut it out. So from the shoulder, I marked 7 inches downwards. Okay, so this is what I have for the new neckline. You can see how deep it is, and this is exactly what I want for mine. So you can decide how deep you want your neckline to be. Okay, so after that, I just grabbed a piece of fabric, and I want to get the interfacing to turn the neckline of our dress inside out. So I just got this piece of paper fabric, and I placed it on the neckline. I'm just going to reduce it a bit so it's not too big, and after reducing it, this is what I have. I'm just going to place it on the neck. You can use about 2 inches wide interfacing, or 3 inches, depending on what you are comfortable with, right? But make sure it's the same length with what you are planning to use it to turn. Okay, so you can see that from the shoulder line, the fabric gets to the point where the V is exactly, right? So I have the two for the two sides, so I'm just going ahead to also reduce this one the way I reduced the other one, right? So you can see what I have for the interfacing. You can see the two of them are looking exactly equal. Okay, so I'll just place this on the neckline, right sides facing, and then I'll pin it to my dress like this. All right, just so when I take it to the sewing machine, it's easy for me to stitch. I'll just stitch on it and flip it inside out. So I'll do the same to the other side, pin it like so on the neckline, and then I'll take it to the sewing machine, and then I'll flip it inside, and that is how it is easy to turn out your neckline. So I'll do the same, and I'll just flip it in. You see how it will look once we are done, right? Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and for the front, for the back neckline, I'm going to cut out the interfacing as well. So I'll be using this piece of fabric. As you can see, I folded it into two. All right, and I folded my dress into two as well, the neckline, placed it on the new fabric, and then I just traced out the neck just like this, the neckline of my dress on the interfacing. And once I'm done doing that, I'll just curve it down to the end like so, and then I'll cut it out. In case you don't know how to cut out your interfacing, I believe this is the easiest way to cut out your interfacing, and if you follow this, you get the perfect interfacing to turn out your neckline. Okay, so this is what I have. I'm going to place it on the neckline to show you, so you can see how it matches perfectly on the neckline of my dress, right? So I'll just also take this to the sewing machine, placing it right sides facing each other. That is, the interfacing will face the right side of the dress, and I'll pin it around the neckline like so, and then I'm going to take it to the sewing machine as well and stitch on 1/2 inch seam allowance on the neck like this, flip it inside, and then give it a good press. So guys, once that is done, I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. So guys, you can see the neckline of the front. See how beautiful, neat and gorgeous it looks. I had to zoom in so that you see how it looks. So this is what you should have for yours as well. you can see the seam. I went ahead to hem the raw edges of the interfacing just so it doesn't fray. Okay, you can see it from the right side. The neckline of our dress is looking really gorgeous. You can see from the back side as well. You can see the interfacing on the back side of our dress, looking very neat and well done. So guys, I'm going to put both the front and the back panels of my dress together, and I'm going to match the neckline. I'm going to open the interfacing like this, and I'm going to pin it interfacing to interfacing like this, right? And then the shoulder to shoulder I'll also pin, and then when I take it to the sewing machine, I'm going to stitch on the shoulder. I'm going to stitch on the interfacing. Remember, the interfacing is going to be open when you stitch, so once you are done sewing, you just flip it back. All right, so I just stitch the interfacing to interfacing, shoulder to shoulder, sleeve to sleeve, and then I will just stitch it just like that. And so guys, please don't forget to pin your fabric, especially if you don't want it to move when you're sewing. Okay, so the way I pinned mine, you will do the same for yours, and then take it to the sewing machine to stitch. Once that is done guys, I'm also going to stitch on the sides of my fabric, just close. Remember, we added half an inch for seam allowance, right? So I'm just going to stitch on that. Okay, after stitching the shoulder and the neckline, so I'll just close that, then I'll come back and show you what I have. So guys, this is what I have. You can see the front and the back panels of our dress have been attached together. You can see the neckline. You can go ahead and use a hemming gum to hold down the interfacing from the inside so it doesn't move. Okay, so now I'm going to attach the fringe to this dress. Okay, so I'm going to place the fringe on the right side of my fabric, and I'm going to pin it. I'm going to make sure they align properly, and then I'm going to pin it and then take it to the sewing machine and stitch all around, attaching the fringe to the hem of our dress. And guys, that's basically it on how to make this. It's very easy to make. I believe even a beginner can make this Boubou dress, so please go ahead and try it out. Okay, and when you do, just tag me on my Instagram. Let me see the outcome of your dress. Okay, so guys, I'm going to go ahead and pin this all around, and then I'll take it to the sewing machine, and then I'm going to stitch on it. So guys, you have to be very careful when you're doing this so that you don't catch the all this fringe, you don't catch the strand on your needle and stitch it to your ankara, because you don't want that to happen. All right, so guys, once that is done, this is what I have for my dress. I hope you've learned something today. I can't put it on guys because it's not mine. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.